Managers, sponsorships, fans, stipends. Sounds pretty juicy, doesn't it? But before you set little Timmy or Teresa on the path of becoming an FPS god, the likelihood of going pro needs to be explored.
I think there's a bit of a misconception that it's quite easy to go from being a casual player to professional player. It's really not.
Working with both brands and esports teams, Stasia Gruby sees firsthand the realities of going pro.
We're talking about the 1% of the 1% here who make a professional career out of it. So I think it's really important that people are aware of that, because it's very easy to forget because the boundaries and the barriers seem less compared to traditional sports. You know, it seems so much easier to be a pro, enter a tournament with your friends, win it, enter the next one with your friends, win it, you know, and kind of keep progressing from there. But there's only so many spots at the top.
We've got 6 days with the best Dota 2 teams in the world. $25 million in total.
You can win tournament money. There's plenty of tournaments out there that the everyday person can join and win and get some quick cash for it. But getting onto a salary contract, that is much harder and does require quite a serious dedication.
And it's the pathway to becoming professional that has some observers concerned, including Andrew Kinch from GameAware.
The way that people become professionals is probably the thing that causes the most concern. It's not exactly a safe pathway at the moment. The culture of what they call the grind is probably not the best, but it's what people think currently is the way to produce the best results, or for making your way onto a team just by playing a lot. Just by playing the heck out of the game and trying to get as good as you can with hours of time. That's not a very structured approach, and some people are getting onto the idea that we need a bit more structure to practice. I think the way to do that is to probably include schools more, similar to sports, right? And there are some school leagues out there, and then if you're putting too many hours into this and you're sacrificing your schoolwork, then you're off the team. You know, like there's all sorts of different leverages that we use in traditional sports. I mean, I'm a PE teacher as well, so I've seen lots of people who are like, yeah, okay, I want to be a soccer player, and then they don't put enough effort into schoolwork. And I'm like, it's always going to have to be a plan B, mate. You know, you need to really sort this out. The amount of time that goes into gaming can be a big opportunity cost. It scares parents. Esports themselves shouldn't be feared. Esports is competitive. It's structured. You need to communicate with your teammates. People who actually play and focus on the esports like a sport, treat it like a sport. There's training, there's video review, there's all these things that you can do as a team. And that kind of thing is really motivating when it's structured. When it's unstructured, that's when things just get loose. Pathway, I think, would help a lot, because then not only do you have something, you know, to strive for, you can also get that cutoff point where you're like, oh, I got to pull the chute on this dream because this isn't really me, or it's not what I expected. It's not just fun, it's work. And it is. It's really hard work to be a professional gamer.
It basically sums up the leaderboard. This is the leaderboard in the game itself. Booga on top, nobody nearby.
We often see in the media headlines like the 15, 16-year-old Fortnite player who won $3 million at the Fortnite World Cup last year.
Your Fortnite World Champion, Booga!
Obviously, for each Fortnite player who wins $3 million, there's 99 million other players who aren't winning that kind of money. So as much as we all have the dream of becoming a professional esport player earning millions of dollars, it's really only for a select few who have incredible reaction times, are incredibly smart about what's going on in the game, and have the time to dedicate 5, 6, 10 hours a day to practice.
A statement is being made. He'll most likely be crowned the best Fortnite player in the world.
So it's like any profession. If you want to be the best at it, you have to work the hardest. But working the hardest doesn't just mean playing games 24/7. If you want to go pro, you first have to find yourself a pathway.